Hi YouTube, Raza here from Fine Focus Films. In this video, we are going to discuss about 10 species that got extinct in past 50 years. So let's dive in. So guys, before we proceed with the video, we want you to know about these three important facts. Fact number one, scientists and researchers believe that the sixth mass extinction has been started, and it is the first mass extinction which has been started by the Homo sapiens. Fact number two, scientists and researchers believe that 83% of all the wildlife species and 50% of all the plant species have got extinct or have been destroyed due to human activities which were there since the beginning of time. Researchers believe that if the extinction stops now, it will take 5 to 7 million years for all of those species to recover. Fact number 3. The report published by WWF, the Living Planet Index and Zoological Society of London says that 52% of all the wildlife species have got extinct in these past 50 years due to rapid human development. So let's move on with the 10 wildlife species that got extinct in past 50 years due to human activities. Number 1. Javan tiger. The tiger subspecies that used to live on the Java island of Indonesia until the mid-1970s. It was chased to extinction and its natural habitat was destroyed due to rapid urban development and human activities. It was one of the 3 tiger subspecies living on the Sunda island in Indonesia. The Javan tiger was little contrasted with the other Asian subspecies of tigers. However, it was bigger than the Bali tigers and comparative with the Sumatran tiger, though it has bigger and wider stripes which make it a little different from the Sumatran tiger. The Javan tiger are believed to be extinct in 1980s due to rapid urban human development. Their closest living cousins are the Sumatran tigers, which are also critically endangered, and there are less than 200 species left in the wild. Number 2. Pyrenean Ibex. Pyrenean Ibex or Capra pyrenacea, which has a normal Spanish name as Bocorado and a French name as Boquetin. I hope I pronounced that right because my French is not very good. So they are the Iberian Ibex, one of the 4 subspecies of Iberian Ibex, also known as Iberian wild goats. This is a species which is endemic to Pyrenees. Pyrenean Ibex was regular in Cantabrian Mountains, southern France and northern Pyrenees. Pyrenean Ibex was observed to be bigger than the other Capra subspecies living in southwestern Europe from a similar time. In January 2000, the Pyrenean Ibex ended up extinct. Different subspecies have endured: the Western Spanish or Gredox Ibex and the Southeastern Spanish or Baiji Ibex, while the Portuguese Ibex has just turned out to be wiped out. Number 3. The Western Black Rhinos. The rarest of all the black rhinos, the Western Black Rhinos. They were formally proclaimed extinct in year 2011. Their extinction was essentially caused by poachers killing them for their horns, which are profoundly prized on the underground market and utilized in a customary Chinese medicine. Western black rhinos had exceptionally poor visual perception, helpless to unmistakably observe anything over 30 meters. They did have anyway other phenomenal faculties like smell and hearing, but unfortunately that was not enough to save them from poachers. The Western black rhinos have been accepted as not genetically the same subspecies of other black rhinos. It was once across the board in savanna of sub-Saharan Africa, yet its number declined because of poaching. The Western black rhinos essentially lived in Cameroon. However, any studies, research and findings have failed to find any other species living since 2006. Number 4. The Baiji river dolphin. The Baiji or Chinese river dolphin, also nicknamed as the beautiful goddess of Yangtze River, China, which lived in the Yangtze River for over 20 million years. The Baiji extinction was quick and stunning. It went from a population of 6,000 to 0 in just 2 decades. The Baiji extinction is the first of extensive mammal species for a long time, and specifically owing to humankind. A conservation action plan for cetaceans of Yangtze River was initiated by Chinese government in year 2001. Efforts were made to save Yangtze River dolphins, and in 2006 all the efforts failed and it was pronounced extinct. Number 5, and very interesting one, the Caspian tigers. The Caspian tiger was a tiger subspecies that lived in eastern Turkey, in the Mesopotamia, around the Caspian Sea, into the Central Asian and northern Afghanistan, and Xinjiang in China, and riverine passageways in the locale until the 1970s. The population was evaluated as extinct in 2003. Felis virgata was the logical name proposed in 1815 by John Carl and Wilhelm Ellinger for this tiger population. After effects of phylogeographic examination demonstrates that the Siberian tiger and the Caspian tiger population shared a typical non-stop geographic decimatation until the mid-19th centuries, after which they were divided due to human activities and urban development. At practically 10 feet long, they were probably the largest feline to have lived at any point. The closest one are the Siberian tigers, and they are supposed to be the largest of the all cat species. The Caspian tigers were hunted to extinction for their body parts, for trophy hunting, and for other reasons. Number 6. The Pinta Island tortoise. The Pinta Island tortoise, or the giant Pinta tortoise, was species depicted by Albert Gunther in 1877 after examples landed in London. By the end of 19th century, the Pinta Island tortoise was hunted to extinction, and it was supposed to be extinct until in the mid of 20th century a solitary male was found on the Pinta Island. Endeavors were made to save Pinta Island tortoise, which was named Lonesome George. They tried to mate him with different females to get reasonable eggs, but all the efforts failed. Lonesome George died in 2012 and the Pinta Island tortoise got extinct in 2012. Number 7. The golden toad. The brilliant frog was a little amphibian from a little high elevation in the north of city of Monteverde in Costa Rica. An endemic species, it must be found in perfect clouds or in elfin woods. Its scientific names are Encelius pergilanus, or in the past also known as Bufo pergilanus. The amphibian was first discovered by the scientists and researchers in 1966. However, not long after its discovery, the population started to fall. The last sighting of this brilliant amphibian was in 1989, since after it has been named extinct. The reason of extinction also included its exotic pet trade and hunting. Number 8. The Caribbean monk seal. The Caribbean monk seal, also known as the West Indian seal and the ocean wolf, was endemic to the Caribbean island, is now extinct. The Caribbean monk seal's fundamental predator was shark and humans. The latter were the most aggressive one. Human hunted monk seals for its nourishment value, for its wax and oil. The last affirmed sighting of Caribbean monk seal were in 1952 in Jamaica and Nicaragua. Caribbean monk seals are also firmly identified with the Hawaiian monk seal. In 2008, the species were formally declared extinct in USA. A detailed scan that continued for 5 years to find the species of the seal were failed. Number 9. Pernambuco Pygmy-Owl. Pernambuco Pygmy-Owl are the owl species in the family of Strigidae. These species are known as endemic to the Pernambuco in Brazil. This owl is named critically endangered and convincingly extinct by BirdLife International. It is expected to have minor and declining population inside incredibly little known range. The Pernambuco Pygmy-Owl was first depicted in December 2002. When 2 investigation skins were analyzed in Pernambuco in Brazil. A recent report from BirdLife International and other NGOs stated that its habitat is decimated and its status should be changed from critically endangered to extinct. Number 10. The Cryptic Treehunter. The Cryptic Treehunter is a bird species in Furnaridae family. It is endemic to Brazil. The Cryptic Treehunter is so subtle that scientists and researchers beyond any means and any doubts believe that it is now extinct. The major reason for its extinction was its habitat. Its habitat was destructed and it was lost to human urban development. The Cryptic Treehunter was most recently seen in the wild in 2007. All-out population is thought to be exceptionally low, perhaps beneath 50, and its habitat is also disappearing. The species' current status with IUCN is critically endangered, but the scientists and researchers believe that there has been no sightings since 2007 and its status should be changed from critically endangered to extinct. So these are the 10 species which got extinct in past 50 years. There are other species as well which got extinct in past 50 years. But we wanted to explain just these 10 species. We selected these 10 so that we can better explain to you. The most common reason for extinction are poaching and the loss of habitat. Another report from Ibex, the Intergovernmental Panel on Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem, states that there are 1 million species that are brink of extinction in next decade. So we need to change our habits and we need to make effort to save all those species. The animal also need their right to live and we need to protect their habitat so that their species can grow. I hope you like the video. Do subscribe to our channel and do give us your feedback and suggestions.